Hey guys, welcome back to another Kitchen Creations with Carys. And what are we doing today, Mom?
Blueberry muffins with a crumb topping.
So let's get started.
So the recipe calls for, and I'll have you do the dry ingredients.
Okay.
So it starts with 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. And then we're going to need baking powder and baking soda and salt.
There's the recipe.
It's not the whole recipe, we'll post it in the comments. Okay, so let's start with the flour. So first we need to find a 1/4 cup, because that's this one. See, it says 1/4 right there.
Yep.
And I know there's a 1 cup measure in here. So we're just gonna kind of fluff up the flour a little bit. We're gonna use a cup.
And can you video while I do it?
Yep. And you do 3 of the little ones, okay?
All right. Knife.
Just use your finger.
That's 1. 2. Get a little bit of that in there. 3.
Okay. So now we need to add the baking powder and the baking soda so we can put the flour back. So we don't need it anymore. Put the lid back on.
And put this in there.
Yep. Perfect. Now you hold this and I'll get the spoon measures out.
All right. This is our measuring drawer.
It's really kind of our everything drawer. Okay. So now the recipe calls for 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. So this is 2 teaspoons. We're going to need the other measuring spoons because they have the much smaller ones. So that's 2 teaspoons of baking powder.
I have flour on Mom's back.
And this says 2 teaspoons right here. So we're just going to use one of these because it's 2 teaspoons. And then 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda.
And if you hear if you hear mad noises in the background, that's just my dad. He's playing a video game. So, don't mind him.
And there's 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Now I'm going to get you a fork so you can stir that all together.
What about the cinnamon? Are we gonna add the cinnamon to the bowl?
Yeah. Just a sec.
Cinnamon.
Here's your fork for stirring.
Can you hold it while I stir?
Can you put in 1/2 teaspoon of salt?
This much salt?
1/2 teaspoon. A little bit less. That's a rounded teaspoon. We only need it to be flat. There we go. And now stir that all together. Sugar and okay. So while I'm mixing together the wet ingredients,
Nutmeg.
yeah, that's nutmeg. We don't put cinnamon or nutmeg in the blueberry muffins themselves. We just put it in the crumb topping.
Oh.
But unless you want to. Do you want to?
Let's put a little bit of cinnamon in the muffin to make it a bit cinnamony.
Okay, so put in a teaspoon of cinnamon. Find the teaspoon. Nope. Look on it and it'll say 1 TSP. If it's got a fraction, it's less than a teaspoon.
1 TSP.
No, that's a tablespoon.
Oh.
That's it there.
Oh. I think we have to open this to get it out. Take a whiff of the cinnamon if you can. So, Mom put sugar and what else did you put in here?
Half a cup of flour, a third a cup of sugar, a quarter cup of butter, and I'm going to be adding a teaspoon of cinnamon, and that's our streusel topping.
And what's the yogurt for?
The yogurt is going to be one of the wet ingredients. So I've just melted a third a cup of coconut oil, which I'm using instead of vegetable oil because it just makes for nicer muffins. And then there's going to be eggs and vanilla and yogurt going in here.
Okay. And this is the coconut oil we use. It's from Costco. And our yogurt is also from Costco, Greek yogurt.
There we go. And I'm also going to add a tiny bit of nutmeg to the dry ingredients.
I put cinnamon in here already.
We use whole nutmeg in our house because it tastes better. But you can use powdered nutmeg if that's all you have.
And I'm not grating it because this is what happened last time I grated something. I got an apple on my finger. I think you can see it. Yeah.
Yeah. So there we go. Now you just mix that up, Carys. And while you're doing that, I'm going to get my fingers into the streusel topping and mix that up, okay?
Okay. Here's Mom.
I'm making this into coarse crumbs.
Mom got a little bit of nutmeg on the counter.
Oh dear.
Mom just added a tiny bit more flour to the crumble that we're going to put on top. And why did you add more flour, Mom?
Because I think I put a bit too much butter in. It was a bit too wet.
Oh. So now Mom is putting yogurt into a mixing cup, a measuring cup.
Yeah, we need 3/4 of a cup of yogurt. And I'm adding that to the third of a cup of oil from before. I also need
Eggs.
2 large eggs and a 1/4 cup of milk.
All right.
And 3/4 of a cup of sugar, but I'm only going to use a 1/2 cup of sugar because that's way too much sugar. Eggs. I need to get eggs. She's recording.
Mom's gone in the fridge for eggs.
2 eggs. Do you want to crack the eggs, Carys?
Yes.
So here's 2
My
eggs.
brother came out, by the way. If you're wondering who walked through the back there. Where
It's 1
can I put this?
in the sink. Perfect. All right.
And paper towel now. Got egg on my hand. That egg was very drippy.
Eggy? Was it very eggy egg?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. All right, you take that, and I'll just grab some milk from the fridge.
Great yolk, Mom.
That was a very yolky yolk. So you need a quarter cup of milk. I don't think this goes down to a quarter of a cup, so I'm going to use this one, which has a quarter of a cup right there.
Milk, 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 milk. Good thing a Costco order is coming today, otherwise you guys will be cranky in the morning without milk in your coffee.
Right? Yeah, that would be terrible. And we need a couple of teaspoons of vanilla, which I'm just gonna...
Vanilla, love vanilla.
Here, have it smell.
I've actually tasted the vanilla before from the lid, and it's actually not that bad, as people think.
Now we're gonna mix all this up. Mix, mix, mix. See? Mix, 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 mix. That's all nice and mixed.
So we just got the blueberries out. I'm gonna steal a few to eat.
Some blueberries.
Yeah, we're making muffins.
That looks like about a cup and a half of blueberries, doesn't it, Carys?
Save some for me for snacks. Hey, you're not supposed to eat out of the bowl.
Oh, wait.
Naughty.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we flavoring the blueberries?
Because the recipe says to. I didn't do it last time and I didn't notice any problem, but the recipe says to, so I'm gonna. Okay, so now I like this kind the best.
And are we gonna mix all the ingredients into each other or something?
Yeah, we're gonna mix the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients.
And then after we mix all this, we add the blueberries. Hey Mom, all the blueberries are for me. All the blueberry muffins are for me, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. They're all for me. You only get one.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it works.
Guys, do I get all the blueberry muffins?
No.
Yes.
Okay, that's mixed. Now I'm going to take my muffin tin and I'm going to spray it over the sink.
Stand back. Don't want to get sprayed. Now my mom is gonna scoop the mixture of muffins into the muffin tray. And camera person is stealing blueberries. All the blueberry muffins are for me.
Yes, dear.
Yeah.
There's no point in trying to say anything else to you right now.
my mom's recipe page didn't load, so it says, "Oh snap." I don't know why I thought that was funny.
It was funny.
Is there enough for 2 sheets of muffins or just 1?
Just one. Okay.
And look at these delicious muffins. Now they're going to go into the oven.
Not quite yet.
Oh wait, oh, you put it on top?
Mm-hmm.
Crumble is going on the muffins. You made a lot.
Yep.
Enough for another batch of muffins. And tomorrow we're having a special visitor come over, so we're probably going to save some muffins for them, right?
Yeah. You don't get to eat them all, you know. Okay, now these go in the oven. Of course, there will be a fan in the oven.
Swap out.
Okay, move, please. It's hot.
And the muffins, how long are they going to bake for?
20 minutes.
So we'll come back in 20 minutes with baked muffins. Muffins are done. They look really good, right, Mom?
They look delicious. I can't wait to eat one.
Well, guys, I hope you liked this Kitchen Creations with Carys video. Please make sure to like and
Subscribe.
we will see you guys in another cooking video.
Bye.